Hello, troops. I really do apologise for this camera. I don't know what's going on with it. It just keeps going like a greeny colour. So if you want to bear with me, then great. If you don't, then just bin it. No, I think it's a loose wire or something I've got. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Yeah, it's hopefully that'll hold. Okay. I shall try yet again before the thing goes mad on me to show you the Tuesday tunes then. 5 albums which are totally different in genres of music. I'm just going to crack straight on because I'm not sure how long this camera will last for. The first choice then, here we go again. I'm holding the thing there, is Scritti Politti. I really don't know what's wrong with this. It's a loose wire, I think. There we are. So it's a one-handed job. Cupid and Psyche, 85 by the magical Scritti Politti. I think probably a lot of would agree that this is probably the finest ones that they've done. Green Gartside has got a fantastic voice. This is just full of cracking singles. I think there's only a few non-single tracks on here. Hypnotize is the first track. That was a great single. Don't Work That Hard. That's one of the few album tracks on here. Absolute. Well, that's an absolute belter. Perfect Way. Another fantastic single. The Word Girl. Flesh and Blood. Another wonderful song. A Little Knowledge, which is probably my favourite track on the album. That's an album track. Lover to Fall, Small Talk, and then it finishes with the amazing Pray Like Aretha Franklin. This is a great album. It was recorded in a few places, mainly in New York and London. Arif Martin produced it, so you can imagine by that name alone, you're going to get top quality production values, and you do on this. They made a couple more after this one, and then Green just went on 20 years, was it? Sabbatical or whatever, and then he came back. The first thing I saw him do was the Nick Drake concerts, and he was great on that. And then I think he went on tour, and I think he may have toured this, but with a really stripped down band, and I think that the fact that he did that showed the quality of the material on this album, because, I think, along with ABC, Lexicon of Love, I think this is definitely one of the finest examples of pop 80s style, really. Although I don't think this is set at the time. The songs could be played in a stripped back in any form, really, and still sound great, because there's melody, the structure and form to all the songs. It's a great album, this one. So if you don't have this, I'll try and take my hand off without it going. Oh, my life. Nearly went, didn't it? Cupid and Psyche, 85, Scritti Politti, and it's gone again. Oh, there we are. Okay, that's that one. I'm going to just put my hand on there. My life, this is terrible. Really bad. And show you the next one without it. This is Hamburger Concerto. This is terrible. Really apologise for this. By Focus. This is their 1974 album. And it's probably my favourite. Unusual choice, you might say, because a lot of people tend to go for Waves. And that's a brilliant album, as we all know. The second side of this album then is taken up with the whole of the Hamburger Concerto Suite, which is fabulous. There's some amazing guitar playing from Jan Ackerman on here. It doesn't really get the credit he deserves. He's one of the finest guitarists that we've got at the moment. Again, Tish Lanvier on vocals and keyboards is amazing as well. This is a very, very strong album. As I said, the second side is taken up with a full side. Love it. It's starter, rare, medium second, well done, and one for the road. Brilliant piece of music. Side 2 then, you've got delicate music, Hair and Scarum is a monster tune. And then you've got this wonderful sort of instrumental piece by Tish Lanvier on the La Cathedral del Strasbourg. So he's playing the organ in the cathedral at Strasbourg there. And then the side 1 ends with another monster, Birth. Fantastic album. Lovely, lovely cover. Hopefully the thing won't go. There they all are. And it's gone again. Okay, I'm terrible this. So I'm going to be as quick as I can. So that's my second choice then that I'm going to be playing later on tonight. Hamburger Concerto. The third one, oh dear, I really, really do apologise again, is another amazing, amazing album. This is Joni Mitchell, Don Juan's Reckless Daughter. This was a first studio double album. Fantastic. The person that makes it fantastic, apart from Joni herself, is Jaco Pastorius. His playing on here is just out of this world. And those two images on the front cover, that person is Joni, actually, dressed up as a Puerto Rican black guy. Really, really great stuff. The centerpiece to the album is on side 2 on the original LP, which this is Paprika Plains. This was the first time that she actually, I think it's the only time that she's done it, actually created a whole side of music, a whole suite of music, and it's with an orchestra, and it's mainly showing off her piano skills, and she's a great pianist. Apart from being an amazing guitar player, she's a great pianist as well. People tend to forget that. Brilliant song. Side 1 again is just totally amazing. It starts with an overture, which is some amazing playing by Jaco on there, and then it goes into Cotton Avenue, and then Talk to Me, and then Jericho. Side 3, well, that delves into world music, actually, before world music was even termed. We all know that that Peter Gabriel, excuse me, was influential in bringing that sort of music to the Western world. But Joni was doing it on here in 1976. 77. This came out. Obviously, Peter introduced us all to it with the Magical Biko. That was in 1980. But Joni does this. There's 2 pieces on here: the 10th World and then Dreamland. But the 10th World is just basically African drummers on there. Let me try and tell you who they are. You've got Don Elias on here, who's played a lot with her. And you've got this bunch of African drummers along with Joni and Shaka Khan singing on there. It is truly an extraordinary piece of music. And like I said, that then merges into Dreamland, which is another great song. The final side of the album has got the title track, which is just amazing. And then you've got Off Night Backstreet, which is again some amazing playing by Jaco on there. And then it finishes, the thing finishes with just Joni and a guitar, which is the Silky Bells of Adore, and that's just tremendous. Mingus, Charles Mingus, saw this, listened to the album, and that's how he fell in love with this album. He was coming towards the end of his life, heard this and called Joni up, and that's how the Mingus album, a proper jazz album that she made after this one, came out, with Charles actually listening to this album. Very jazzy in parts, world music, traditional folk as well is in there. But you've got Jacko. He is truly extraordinary on here, and it's fantastic. It's mainly Jacko and Joni on here, with John Gervin on drums, and Don Elias. And like I said, Chaka Chan earlier on. Wayne Short is still knocking about on sax on one track, which is Paprika Plains towards the end of the piece. Let me just try and dig out anybody else that's of note on here. No, really. The main players are Jacko and Joni actually on here. Wonderful album. So that's my third choice. God, this camera's lasting a bit, isn't it? This album was a Christmas present, and I really have to thank Simon Ball for this, because this is just an extraordinary album. I'd already had it on CD. I got it on CD, but he bought me the double album, and this is The Seldom Seen Kid by Elbow. This particular version is on 45 RPM, and believe me, this sounds absolutely extraordinary on here. This was the big one that brought them, into the big time. But my life, what every track is just extraordinary. I mean, Guy Garvey, I've said this before, he could sing the telephone book as far as I'm concerned. He's got such a wonderful voice. But it's not just about Guy, it's about the rest of the guys in the band and how they put the material together. This album is very, very special. Mirrorball was very well covered, I thought, by Peter Gabriel on his covers album. I thought that was a really nice touch of him to do that. Some of this material was actually recorded at the Real World Studios as well. But the big one, obviously, on here, well, there's two actually. Grounds for Divorce, and then One Day Like This. They were the big ones. Another notable mention is the wonderful Richard Hawley. He's on the Fix on this album. But there's not a bomb track on here. But the way they've mastered this for vinyl is very, very nice. The CD does sound particularly good, but this is just outrageous. It just literally leaps out at you on the speakers. The other thing to note is that there's another version of this, and it's with the boys. I can't remember if it was done after they won the Brit Award or before, in Abbey Road Studios with the full orchestra, and they do the whole album live with a selected audience on there. And the album cover looks very similar to that, but it's a live version of a full orchestra on My Life. That is just extraordinary. It really, really is. I can't. If you don't have this album, any of you, I can't recommend this enough. This is just a modern day classic. Really, really is. Wonderful album. Elbow, then, The Seldom Seen Kid, and thank you, Simon Ball. My last choice for this evening is again, it's a classic. Doesn't get shown enough as far as I'm concerned. But I really do think that it's one of the finest, certainly, albums of this year that this came out, and this was in 1970, 1980. This is Closer by Joy Division. Hopefully you can see that. Wonderful, wonderful cover, which is typical Factory. It's just got the word closer on the front of it, and look at that extraordinary cover design. And then on the back, you've just got Joy Division on there, and then it's Factory Records number. Oh dearie me, I can't work. XXXV. And there we are. There's the first side. Atrocity, exhibition, isolation is just life. Passover, colony, means to the end. Just extraordinary stuff. Excuse me. Turn the record over, and there we are. That's probably, in my opinion anyway, the finest side of music that they did. They only did this one, and obviously Unknown Pleasure studio. Heart and Soul is just extraordinary. 24 Hours, The Eternal, and then Decades. You know, we can only guess what was going through Ian Curtis's head, you know, when he was writing this stuff, you know, the lyrics, obviously. Because as we all know, you know, he died. He took his own life before this was actually released. It's just so sad. Really, really sad, you know. And hats off to the guys for carrying on, you know, in my opinion. New Order were great, you know, the first couple of albums I thought were fab. But nothing compared to this. Okay, some people may argue, and I may show it at some stage because I do love the album. Power, Corruption, and Lies by them is just an extraordinary album. Is it in here? Yeah, it is. We all know what happened with this. This is the single. Love Will Tear Us Apart. The light is very, very bad. But that's the original single. I know there's a 12-inch version of it. It's very unusual because you've got the first side, the original is 45, and then 33 and a third on this second side. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. Okay then. I suppose I've ended it on a pretty sad note because it's such a sad but beautiful album. This, and when you consider what happened before the thing was even released, you know, it's very, very sad. So there we are. I've actually got through it this time. The light is awful, I know. And for those people that watch YouTube with all these fantastic other people that do these sort of things, you know, I'm an old git. I don't know how to edit or try and make it better for you. So whoever's going to watch this, what you see is what you get. You get an ugly mush talking about records that he really, really likes, or I like, and I like to play. And just to entertain you all, you know, just to show you them on a daily basis. 5 each day. When I can get this bloody laptop thing going, I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm going to have to try and get the camera sorted out. So there's no, you know, sort of bells and whistles with all these things. You just get me showing you 5 albums a day. Okay, I'm going to let you go. Hopefully that maybe there's something I've just shown you there that you're not aware of and that perhaps you might want to discover. You know, they're all great in their own way. They are great albums. They're in their own way. But, you know, if you don't know Elbow, because that's the most modern one out of what I've just shown you, and we've got, you know, you're a slightly younger person than what I am. They are a particularly great British band. Not to say that the others are not neither, but they are, you know. Okay, I shall end it now. Stay safe, everybody. And for those people that have stuck with me throughout this buggering about with the camera, thank you very much. and hopefully I'll catch up with someone of you tomorrow. If there's any comments that you want to make, please, I'd love to hear your comments. And whatever comments that are written, I believe me, I will answer with them. If there's any questions that you may have about any of the albums I've shown you, and indeed on yesterday as well, then please leave a comment underneath and I will get back to you. Because to be perfectly honest, I'm not doing a great deal at the moment, apart from writing a book. So I have got a bit of time on my hands. So anybody that wants to comment, please do. And positive, negative, I don't care, guys. Write what you want, and I will get back to you. Okay, enough of my ramblings then. Have a fantastic evening, and hopefully I'll see some of you tomorrow.